All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how the day of the Lord is going to come upon these people as a thief in the night. And when you're just walking around in this world on your everyday, right? If you was to look at these people, it would seem as though there hasn't been no pandemic really for the most part. Like they don't really try and go on like anything's actually changed. Now we can go back and forth and say that the disease and all of that stuff is fake, whatever you want to say, but the results and the things that's happened because of that belief that people have out there and are pushing is evident, man. Everyone's walking around with masks. Everyone's had things injected into them 3 or 4 times, right? There's many things that you can't even do now unless you're prepared to go through and do certain other things. So, but these people still have really pretty much got the same mentality that they had before, man. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's how people are thinking right now. They're trying to act like there's no possible way that this society could ever come to an end. But we know that this society is going to come to an end, and we're ultimately just hoping that Yahweh has favor on us and has mercy on us when things go down, because we know, we have belief that this place is going to come to a close, man. But the average person that you see walking down the street does not have any clue that, and does not have any belief that this is going to happen. And we don't care about the heathens that think this way, because they're already dead anyway. It's about the Israelites that have got the place to repent. It's up to them to change. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, and went into a house and leaned his hand on a wall, and a serpent bit him. So that's a metaphor to how the day of the Lord is going to be. So what he's ultimately saying is that the day of the Lord is going to be like going from one time where you can die to another time where you can die. If a man met a bear and a lion, or if a man fled from a lion, that lion's trying to kill him, right? Just the same way as if a man stumbled upon a group of people that are cannibals, that are trying to chase him down to cook him and eat him, right? So imagine he escapes from that, right? Then he stumbled upon, then it says in the scripture, it says, and a bear met him. So imagine you then go from that kind of situation to another situation where you're surrounded by thieves, right? That want to steal what little water you have or whatever, right? And leaned his hand on a wall and a serpent bit him. So imagine you escape that kind of situation, right? Now you end up inside of a building, right? So you've escaped the cannibals, you've escaped the thieves, and now you just stumbled upon a complete madman, lunatic, nutter. That's what the day of the Lord's going to be like, man. Just it's constantly going from one time where you could lose your life to another time when you could lose your life. Yet you've still got Israelites out there thinking that they're tough, trying to buy their nice jewelry on their watch and spray themselves down with all these fragrances to where they become proud and think that nobody can tell them anything when they're not as rich as they think they are. They're just making themselves look rich. They're cleaning out the outside, but really, the Israelites that believe in the Lord to the fullness of their ability and with meekness of heart, man, they're the ones that are really rich. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's how these people are. That's how these people are, man. These fake ass Israelites that want to say that they're Israelites, but really they're not living according to the Israelite way, right? And then also these heathen that have tried to we're banging their head after wailing war, man. They're not Jews. They're lying. We're the real Jews, man, and we've put in works to Yahweh, right? We're going through tribulation, and we've got poverty in a carnal sense, but we're rich spiritually. We're spiritually rich, which is ultimately where it matters, man. Because being rich in cash is not gonna mean nothing soon, real soon, man. These are the things that's coming to the world that Yahweh is going to start sending upon this earth to humble people. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So there's going to be people getting ready to go against another group. There's going to be one group with swords in their hand, weapons of warfare, weapons of harm, and another group with weapons in their hand, weapons of warfare, weapons of harm. So every single tough guy is going to get the chance to see just how tough he is. All these people all these little gang members that run around 20 lads and picking up one person that's by himself, and they think that they're tough because they was able to jump one guy, or one guy that might have been with his girlfriend, right? Or two guys, right? Well, they're going to get the chance to see just how tough they are when there's an equal match, man. Or when the odds ain't favoured, it's stacked against them. When they're outnumbered, they're going to get the chance to see how tough they are then. Because anyone can be tough when they've got a group with them. But can you be tough when you're by yourself? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go, in fact, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And people are already getting tired of wearing masks, right? People are already getting tired of having to have a card to prove that you did certain things, to be able to go into a bar, to be able to go into a restaurant, especially considering when you get into the restaurant, they're going to say, wear the mask. But then as soon as you sit down at your table, you can take the mask off. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, yet people are still they're still doing it though. Because it's better than being completely locked down. That's the way how they think of it in their mind. Verse 17, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. That's also going to happen. Cities are going to be cordoned off. The trains might not be running. The fuel might be so scarce that you couldn't try and travel that far to go into another place even if you wanted to. Cities can be cordoned off to where you can't get in and out, and it's already happened. It's already been a thing where you couldn't go where you wanted to anyway. That's already happened. It's literally we've already seen proof that it can happen. Verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that all these men that have been proud, so lucky 1 second. All these men that have been proud are going to get the chance to see just how tough they are, man. They're going to get the chance just to see how tough they are. They're going to get the chance just to see how smart they are, how wise they are. They're going to get the chance to see if their riches can save them out of certain situations, and they're going to find out that it cannot, because the money's not going to mean nothing in that day. It's not going to mean nothing, man. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbour, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So when that time comes, it's going to be people's own neighbourhood that's going to be a neighbourhood's going to go against the same neighbourhood, man. People that was once friends are going to become enemies because of no food and because of all the chaos that's going on. So one neighbour might have filled up his tank in preparation, and another member didn't. The neighbour didn't, but he knows that his friend's car is full. He might just steal the whole car. One person might have bought certain food in preparation, and then now there's none left. Well, he's gonna go for his neighbour's food. He might initially start off being humble about it, like can you share, but then he might keep coming back for another share and another share, to where the neighbour's like, well, no, I bought this and I prepared. Go find some for yourself, and he's not gonna want to go and find some for himself because he already gonna know where there's some. So he's gonna go for where it's at, not for where it could be. But people are running around, like when I was just out yesterday, I was just seeing these people, and like they're walking around lining up in McDonald's and stuff, like the queues hanging out of the McDonald's and everything. And you're just like, these people don't really seem to think that anything can happen, man. Like they don't really believe that any of this is gonna come to an end, but it definitely is, man. And the scriptures are clear. It says that the day of the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, but we're not gonna be caught in that, man. And because this day of the Lord is going to catch these people as a thief in the night, they're going to be eager to go back to try and join onto it, back to the old way, right? That's going to cause them to be more likely to get tagged, man, with that Revelation 13 and 16, which is going to cause for them to get destroyed. A lot of you Israelites, man, A lot of you Israelites that don't want to believe you're Israelites and want to call yourself bywords and proverbs. This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9, and I'll end the lesson here. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So that's what's going to happen to all these people that don't want to humble down, man. And for all these heathens, they can't get it anyway. But for you Israelites that are loving this world too much, you need to not love this world so much, because this world has been against you from the day you was born. Every single thing that this world's tried to put you in, even if you somehow made some kind of success in it, that was a lot less than what you due, according to Yahweh. So you sold yourself short, man. You sold yourself short for your little record deal, your sports contract, right? Your little your movie career, your little job that might pay you 6,000 a year, 60,000 or whatever, 6 figures. It's not nothing compared to what Yahweh said he's going to give you: eternal life and eternal riches. Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, and shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.